welcome to Bella's Credit Corner. My name is Bella, and here on my YouTube channel, we focus on credit, finances, and money management. So today's video is a little different because I'm actually jumping on here on my YouTube channel to announce that I have officially launched my own podcast. So I'm really excited about this new venture. Now, the podcast is still going to focus on financial literacy and financial education, but with a more personal and intimate touch to it. So I'm going to use this podcast to take a deeper dive into those taboo topics and conversations when it comes to credit, finances, and how people ultimately manage their money. Now, I will, of course, tie in my own personal experiences and stories into each episode as a way to give you some reassurance that you are not alone in your current financial struggles. I myself have gone through my own journey to fix my credit, so I can definitely relate to many of the things that you are currently going through. Or you can use this as a learning lesson of what not to do. So I'm now going to play for you the welcome episode. I do hope you enjoy it. Now, my podcast is streaming on all major platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and many more. So I will put a link to the podcast below. I do hope you check it out and subscribe. Welcome to the How to Stop Being Broke podcast, where the mission is to change your mindset about how you manage your finances so you can build a financial future that you can be proud of. My name is Bella Jones and I am your host. So relax, sit back, and let's jump into today's conversation. Hello there, my name is Bella Jones and welcome to the first episode of the How to Stop Being Broke podcast. So I am really excited about this new venture and I am looking forward to see where this journey takes me. So I'm sure that the majority of you listening to this episode more than likely follow me on social media already, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or on my YouTube channel. But for those of you who are not familiar with who I am, let me first start off by introducing myself. So I am the CEO and owner of my company, which is called Bella's Credit Corner, LLC. And I work as a financial strategy coach. And I offer a variety of products and services to ultimately silence my clients' limiting beliefs when it comes to money, their credit, and how they manage their finances. Now, once my clients and my students have the right mindset, they feel empowered to build generational wealth, purchase their first home, and invest in their futures. Now, the majority of my clients and students fall into one or more of the following categories. They are aspiring first-time homeowners who need to improve their credit, or they are looking to break that paycheck to paycheck cycle and need to learn how to improve how they manage their finances. Or they want to learn about investing and building wealth. So if you are listening to this podcast episode and if you fall into one or more of these categories, then this podcast is definitely for you. So the reason why I am so passionate about financial education and financial literacy is because I myself have gone through my own financial struggles. So back in 2014, I was getting ready to close on a home and the entire deal fell through because of my credit scores. So I will probably do a future episode to go into that part of my life in more detail. But long story short, that was literally my rock bottom. Not only did I have to work on my credit, I realized that I really had to get a handle on my overall finances. I was making really good money working as a senior financial analyst in corporate America at the time, but I was horrible at how I was managing my money. I was taking for granted the fact that I did make really good money. And also, I do live here in Long Island, New York, and it is quite expensive to live here. I was a single mom, 2 kids. So that coupled with the lack of managing my money responsibly really just made me hit rock bottom. So fast forward to 2016, after 2.5 years of working on my credit, getting better at managing my finances, my husband and I were able to close on our first home. So we had really good scores in the 700s, and we were able to secure our mortgage at an interest rate of 3.3%, which was phenomenal. And I knew when I got to the closing table how empowered I felt, how amazing I felt. And I realized that I wanted to help others do the same thing. Now, like what most of us do, I didn't do anything with this idea for about 2 years. And then in 2018, Bella's Credit Corner was born. So from 2018 to present day, 2020, my business has made quite a few pivots along the way. So when I first started Bella's Credit Corner, it was just as a YouTube channel. So I would record a variety of videos to talk about primarily credit and giving you tips and advice on how to fix your credit, and really just to encourage my audience to think about their credit. I also created videos to talk about credit card rewards and points and the perks and benefits that are offered by many of these credit cards. Because as I was able to improve my credit scores, I was eventually able to qualify for some pretty amazing credit cards. So my family and I were able to travel and take some amazing trips, traveling for free or at heavily discounted prices by using the points and rewards that we had earned. We also were able to utilize the amazing benefits that many of these cards came with, such as purchase protection, extended warranty, access to airport lounges, and so on and so forth. So my channel, the goal of my channel was to really help those who currently had bad credit, to encourage them to start working on their credit so they too could experience the amazing experience of becoming a homeowner, getting approved for their first credit card, and have those amazing protections and benefits. And then I realized that I had to take it one step further. I had people reaching out to me on a regular basis asking about credit repair. Could I help them with their credit? So then I jumped into the world of credit repair. Now, I currently still do credit repair, but I am pretty much at my max in regards to how many one-on-one clients I can take. And then I also, at this point, realized with everything going on with COVID-19, it's not only credit that people need help with, but they need help with their overall financial health. And that means or includes how they are budgeting and managing their money, how to build up a savings account. Many people, right, just do not have any sort of savings or emergency fund. Then we have others who may have good credit, but they don't know how to build wealth. Just saving your money and putting it in a savings account is not building you wealth at all. And people really do feel overwhelmed with the idea of investing. They also don't know where to start, what to do. So many just don't do it at all. So I recently decided to pivot my business again. So I also changed my title as well. So previous to this, I was calling myself a credit and money coach. And as of present day, I am calling myself a financial strategy coach. because I am trying to help my clients, my students, and my audience on social media improve the quality of their finances, which is not just related to credit, right? It includes all of those things that I just mentioned. Now, this is going to be a weekly podcast, and we will talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to your credit, managing your finances, and building wealth. Now, of course, in each episode, I will tap into my own personal stories and experiences. Now, this will either help you understand that you are not alone in your financial struggles or mistakes, or you might hear my stories and experiences and learn from them and not make those same mistakes. So I hope that you are as excited as I am about having these much needed conversations when it comes to finances. As a financial strategy coach, my mission is to help as many people as I can change the narrative when it comes to their finances. There are a few things that I do talk about quite often on my social media platforms, and those are: when you know better, you can do better, and you have to do what you can with what you have. Regardless of where you are in your financial journey, you need to take the first step to make those changes, especially if you have bad credit, you do not have any money in savings, and if you are not actively investing and building wealth. Now, the first step, of course, is always the hardest, but that is why I love to show up on my social media platforms. And the goal is to encourage at least one person to take that first step in improving their financial circumstances. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the How to Stop Being Broke podcast. This is going to be a fun time, so I hope you do come back for next week's episode. Now, in the meantime, if you do want to follow me on my other social media platforms, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. Just do a search for Bella's Credit Corner and I will come right up. So I want to thank you for stopping by and listening to today's episode, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you for listening to another episode of the How to Stop Being Broke podcast. Now, if you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to future conversations like the one we have today, make sure to subscribe, because it is time for you to stop being broke and create a financial future you can be proud of.